Welcome to Trojan TV. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Cam. Today we will be talking about math counts, and we have another man on the street where 8th graders get to discuss moving to high school next year.
We also have another sports report where we cover some highlights about the boys and girls track and tennis teams. There's also another Teacher Timewarp where you get to guess a teacher based on the hints provided.
I cannot wait to start this week's episode.
Agreed. Trojan TV starts now.
This episode of Trojan TV is sponsored by Susan Rouser State Farm Insurance, helping life go right, Whitewater Contracting, the Siding Specialists, and Tandem Wealth Management, moving forward together.
I think right now is a great time to play another round of Teacher Timewarp.
Same. You know the rules. We'll show you a teacher, and it will be your job to guess who it is.
Teacher 1.
Those bangs are longer than the Nile River.
I wouldn't say the Nile River, but they are long. The hints are: this teacher lived in Florida where she ran a pet rescue business. Can you guess who this teacher is? This teacher is Mrs. Kelderhouse.
That is so cool that she ran a pet rescue. Did you know she was on the news for that?
Really? That's so cool. Teacher 2.
This teacher looks really familiar.
Yeah, I'm sick of getting easy ones. The hints are: this teacher makes the best chocolate chip cookies in the world. Can you guess who this teacher is? This teacher is Mrs. Unger.
I've never had her chocolate chip cookies, but I've heard and I'm sure they're delicious.
I've had one, and you're right, they are delicious. Teacher 3. She looks like she's up to something with that mischievous smile.
It looks like her family was really into crocheting as well.
The hints are: this teacher is obsessed with Metallica and teaches all grade levels. Can you guess who this teacher is? This teacher is Mrs. Mackey.
We can't really say anything bad about Mackie.
Yeah, she could fail us at any time. I mean, she's watching us right now. Teacher 4.
I think this teacher is a mix between Mrs. Kelderhouse and Mackie with the bangs and the crochet.
Yeah, why is the 90s full of bangs and crochets? The hints are: this teacher has a dog named Peanut and loves to garden. Can you guess who this teacher is? And the teacher is Mrs. Washburn.
Geez, she looks a lot different now.
I haven't had her yet, but I've heard she gives out lots of candy. Teacher 5. Wow, she really has blue eyes.
Yeah, they basically blend into the background. And look at that awesome Looney Tunes vest.
The hints are: this teacher co-teaches with other teachers in the building. This teacher is Mrs. Slater. It must be hard working in different places of the school all day.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that all day long.
Teacher 6.
Oh my gosh, she looks like an 80s punk rock band member.
And what's wrong with her hair? The hints are: this teacher recently got married and changed her last name. Can you guess who this teacher is? And the teacher is Mrs. Couturier.
I've heard she's a great French teacher.
And she also doesn't have crazy hair anymore.
Maybe that's for the better.
Agreed. That was fun. Now, moving on to our next subject, math counts.
I've heard you guys got gold this year. That's very impressive. Also, didn't you go to the district finals or something like that?
Yeah, I actually went to the state semifinal. Pretty extraordinary if I do say so myself.
Even I'm impressed with that, but I still don't know what achieving gold actually means. Thankfully, Annie and McKeely talked with Mr. Sagan to help answer our questions.
Which is for the video.
EMS Trojans Math Counts team achieved gold this year, and 7th grader Ethan Rademacher went to state semifinals. But what exactly is Math Counts? Mr. Sagan, our Math Counts coordinator and leader, along with some of the students involved, gave us more information about what Math Counts is.
Math Counts is an organization to have fun with math, to be able to do math in ways that we don't have time to in the classroom. It was actually organized by engineering firms that literally send up rockets and build fighter airplanes and commercial jets. And those engineering firms said, let's start encouraging people to explore that type of math.
I did it last year and it was super fun. This year was a little bit different because it was virtual. We chose in person, but want to be safe and everything. It's just really fun. Everyone is always working together, and it's Mr. Sagan's awesome.
I like just being able to hang with my friends while also challenging yourself a little bit. Because in school, you don't really get to challenge yourself much in math class. Like you do, but like it's not the same as math counts, I guess. And then also you have like different competitions and different things you have to try and complete throughout the year, and that makes it fun as well.
Gold level is the highest level a math club can get. In order to achieve it, you have to make some kind of project and submit it to the organization. The students had a number of options of what they could create to submit to competition. They chose to design a creative film about one of the many math problems they were given.
Viewers worldwide, welcome to the NSL Championship between the Titans and the Trojans.
Before we start, let's introduce the captains of our teams.
First up is Captain Charlotte, captain of the Trojans.
Now here is Captain Adriana, captain of the Titans.
Let the games begin.
It's the first time we've done a video feature. It was something that MathCounts has been developing. And this year we decided, we finally got back face to face, or mask to mask, right? And we said, let's do this. And so we pulled in many different people's abilities. We had some people that were writing the script, we had people that were doing the math, we had people that were doing the editing, we had people doing the shooting. Not everybody had the same ability, but it took all those different things to come together and make this video.
Trojans work hard for their achievements and had to go through difficult challenges due to COVID, but they pushed through and ended up winning gold.
It feels great. We worked really hard to do this. It took a lot of practice and work for the video, and then a lot of studying for the competition.
It felt good knowing that I was able to do the math. It sucks that I couldn't have moved on to states, but I mean, there's always next year. And yeah, it feels good knowing that I have that ability.
This has been Annie McKeely reporting for Trojan TV.
Good job, Caleb. You got an A.
Let's go. Thanks, Timmy Trojan.
You might not expect Timmy Trojan to get you an A on a test, but you can expect State Farm to have great rates on insurance.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Congratulations, guys. That is difficult to achieve, and not to mention having to deal with COVID, too. It sounds like a lot of fun and a great idea for after-school activities. Great job. And you too, Ethan.
Thanks, Cam. Hey, you should join MathCounts next year. We could always take new members.
Sorry, I can't. I'm leaving you next year, remember? I'll be going off to high school. I'm sure they have a club like MathCounts, though, that I can look into.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're going to high school. Wow, that's going to be a big change. How are you feeling about it?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty excited to go to high school and to get out of here. A lot of other 8th graders are feeling the same, but others are feeling differently. Emma talked with other 8th graders on what they had to say about going off to high school.
My name's Emma, and this episode of Man on the Street is all about 8th graders and the transition to high school. So, Ms. Schwind, with 8th graders moving to high school, do you have anything to say to them or any tips to give them?
I sure do. So yes, first of all, hello 8th graders, and congratulations on completing middle school and transitioning to high school. Now some of you might say, wow, I survived high school, or I survived middle school, and yes, you did, and you came out a much stronger person. Kind of reflecting on your time in middle school, if you think about it, your class, about half of your middle school experience was met with challenges of the pandemic. And all of you have persevered through it. And I know you will continue to persevere with any difficulties that you face, whether in high school or in life after graduation. And as you transition to high school, we just want to think about, you keeping a positive mindset and just remembering that it is a fresh start for all of you. It's important to set goals, so academic goals with your grades and trying your very best. It's important to set personal goals and just becoming involved in activities within the school and the community. So with all that being said, I just want to say 8th graders, we will miss you and good luck with the next chapter of your life. It's pretty exciting.
After talking to Ms. Schwind, I decided to go around East asking 8th graders how they feel about their transition to high school. So Riley, are you excited for the transition to high school?
Yeah, it seems a little scary, but it's actually kind of exciting.
Why do you think it's exciting?
Because there are so many other clubs and activities that I can sign up for.
So Spencer, are you excited for the transition to high school?
I'm excited, but I think I'm also nervous
Why are you nervous?
because there's a new building and a lot of new people.
So Amber, are you excited for the transition to high school?
I would say I'm more nervous than excited.
And why are you nervous?
There's a lot of new people, and the only good thing really is that you get to drive.
So Thayer, are you excited for your transition to high school?
I am very excited. During that 10th and 11th grade mark, where we get our driver's license, we can start going off campus for like lunch and breaks for everything. And high school, as you go on, it becomes a more free environment for your learning. So yeah, I'll have some fun with that.
I decided to talk to 9th grader Bella over at Central about her transition to high school, where she also gives 8th graders some tips.
There's a lot of different clubs, a lot of different things that you can get involved in. Like even at lunch, there's lots of activities. We have like Fun Day Fridays. You can play like dodgeball or something at lunch. There's usually events on Fridays that you can go and do. There's just a lot of, there's tons and tons of different clubs. Just trying your best to make new relationships, because the more friendships that you have and connections and different things, the happier you're going to be and the more successful you're going to be.
That's all for this episode of Man on the Street.
It's crazy to think that you'll be a freshman next year.
It's wild. It feels like just yesterday I was walking down the 6th grade hall.
Yeah, crazy how time flies. Speaking of which, did you know that track and field along with tennis is already over?
It felt like they just started. I wonder how they did in their seasons.
Luckily for us, Jordy will fill us in on all the info and more on this week's Trojan Sports Update.
This year's track season came to an end on Wednesday, and there were many records broken in all grades. In 6th grade, the new records are Cash Conway in the 800, Trent Glee in the 200 hurdles, Holden Beery for pole vault, and Aurelius McDaniel and Lorelei Zielinski in shot put. In 7th grade, the 4x800 team of Caleb Keller, Cash Conway, Porter Dealman, and Liam Travis broke records. And in 8th grade, Asher Paul broke 3 records in the 800, 1600, and pole vault, while Alec Roders won long jump and Lucy Bongiorno won the 100. The Trojan tennis team also finished up their season last Thursday. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Jordy. I think this is a great place to end this week's episode.
I agree. Be sure to check out our website, The Link, with our latest new series, Quarantine Logs.
And don't forget to subscribe to Trojan TV East on YouTube and check out our Instagram at EastDMC.
Have a great weekend, Trojans.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Viewers worldwide, welcome to the NSL Championship between the Titans and the Trojans.
Before we start, let's introduce the captains of our teams.
First up is Captain Charlotte, captain of the Trojans.
Now here is Captain Adriana, captain of the Titans.
Let the games begin.
Who are you rooting for, Titans or Trojans? The choice is obvious.
Yeah, it is. Trojans all the way.
Well, good luck cheering for the underdogs. I'm Team Titan, winning team.
No way. Have you seen the difference between both teams' total points?
No, what are the overall scores?
For viewers new to the NSL, each team earns 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for an overtime win, and 1 point for an overtime loss.
Let's start with the mighty Titans.
They played a whopping 50 games this season.
Whereas your mighty Trojans played 45. Yikes.
Not so fast. My Trojans will pull through.
Doubt it. The Titans won 25 regulation games and 12 overtime wins.
25 times 3 plus 12 times 2 is 75 plus 24, which equals 99.
Don't forget, there are 11 overtime losses, so 11 more points.
Plus 12 regulation losses, but 12 times 0 is 0. So 99 plus 11, which is 110 total points.
Not looking good for your Trojan underdogs.
Alrighty, Trojan score time.
Trojans lost 2 regulation games and lost 4 games in overtime. Because losing regulation is no points and losing in overtime is 1, you would have 2 times 0 plus 4 times 1. That's 4 points.
Yeah, plus 10 overtime wins and 29 regulation wins. That's 10 times 2 plus 29 times 3.
So
107 points. 29 times 3 is 87. 10 times 2 is 20. 87 plus 20 is 107. And 107 plus 4 is 111. And Nathan, don't you know 111 is more than 110?
it is.
Yup, math never lies.
Trojans, come out!
What an amazing game.
Trojans won with 103 points.
And Titans had 78 points.
Trojans are the 2021 NSL champions.
No, he's lying.